episode 5 of the Ashes of War campaign here on the Sophisticated Murder Hobos. For a fate point, would anyone like to tell us what happened last session?
I can give it a crack.
Do it up.
Last session, I believe we actually got basically nothing done because we had realized that fall and winter were kind of coming on, and with that came cold weather for which we were grossly under-equipped. So after 3 weeks of well-spent time, I have managed to turn our 2 boar pelts into piles of charcoal on accident. Crag got a lot of hunting done, actually. Got like 1 million deer and half as many rabbits. I'm exaggerating.
Slightly.
Slightly.
Only slightly.
But, following that, after finally deciding, what if we just try and buy warm clothes from someone? We found the quartermaster had an excellent time haggling Leone here.
Yeah.
He managed to lower the price from what it was to what it was.
Yeah.
We bought warm clothes, checked in with the Viceroy? Was that her title?
Viceroy.
The Viceroy, Valthuria, to seek direction with our current goals. And she's basically reaffirmed, get more bodies for the city, basically. Find the nobles and find the people. Help to get infrastructure working and all that. Also receiving subtle suggestions regarding House Vortigern, who have a rightful claim to the throne, which, if we find them, we have a variety of options for helping them forfeit their claim, more or less. And surprisingly, most of those options are actually non-violent. Non-violent. That's violent. Killing people kills people.
Just depends on what manner you do it.
After that, we went off and into the southwestern woods in search of other humans, because I forget who the other guy was that we found.
Circle Walled? No.
No.
Aldrin?
The Bouldrans.
The
yes.
Bouldrans.
The Bouldrans had
Yeah.
basically confirmed that there'd be no more humans left in the northwestern wood.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to just give up there. That's why we went to the southwest. And where we left off, we had miraculously picked up the trails of human hunters and probably also orc bands. And we're following those to their source.
And signs of skirmishing.
And signs of skirmishing.
And I think also, from what you had tracked of the goblin tribe that was in the northwest wood, you believe them to have gone south into the westwood.
That's right. We tried to find the goblin tribe earlier. Could not. They packed up and left.
Okay, and so take a fate point. There's also
Happy day.
14 more days of rains, thanks to Aerith's weather sense,
yes.
and that carries a -1 die penalty for everybody, because it's cold, wet, and miserable here in the tail end of winter. And it's, the tail end of autumn coming into winter, and it's 14 days until long night.
14.
14 days.
So today is sorting day, the 6th day of the week, 2nd week of Nansema, which is the 9th month of the year 796. On the human calendar, on the elven calendar, it's the 86th day of autumn. year 18,033. And in the Goblin calendar, it is the middle of the 12th moon cycle, year 3,116.
Okay.
You are just at the edge of the western woods. You have found all these signs and tracks and everything. What would you like to do?
Let's find those people.
Do any of these tracks look like humans?
I think we established that they were of all kinds. That's where the skirmishes came from.
You had found human tracks and probable orc tracks and signs of fights along the streams. That's right, because this was going to be a very high obstacle test until you guys necked it down that probably humans would be sending out bands of hunters. They would seek game would seek water, so you decided to find water sources and look for tracks there. That's how you found all of this at a much lower obstacle of like 2, I think.
Yes, that's right.
We want to specifically follow the human-looking ones.
I would prefer so.
Yes.
Probably.
I'd like to keep my head attached.
Hilt
Okay.
boots and stuff.
Followed closely, not so closely by the goblins. I'd prefer not to run into any orcs though.
Okay.
Okay, so let's assemble an obstacle for you.
Okay.
So you're trying to find a particular set of humans, or you're trying to follow any
Just
of the human
humans,
tracks.
yeah. Not the really small ones, not the really big ones, probably the ones with shoes that,
Shoes.
I mean, they wear shoes, goblins wear shoes, but just.
Goblins wear shoes.
It might be more.
They have also smaller feet.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Orcs also wear shoes, usually, but depending on the tribe, but they have bigger feet because they're bigger. I'm going to put this at an obstacle 2 because the tracks are reasonably fresh and the earth is soft and wet. However, there are a lot of tracks all over the place and it's kind of hard to sort out whose or whom's. So, obstacle 2, tracking for you to find the humans.
Can I fork in survival?
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going to do the path of least resistance?
Yes, that works.
Do you want assistance?
Sure. You want to keep an eye out?
How are you assisting?
I have orienteering.
You have orienteering. How does orienteering apply?
Well, it's kind of a general navigation skill, I presume. So, if she somehow gets turned around following the wrong track, you can be like,
Okay.
no, west is this way.
Okay.
We were going west. Come on.
Okay. So, 1 helper die.
Okay.
Unless it's 2.
Just one.
Just
This
1.
one?
Okay.
Okay.
With the
And-
wagon,
Because.
right? You guys are still,
I'm in the wagon.
you're in the wagon, driving the wagon.
I'm driving the
You're
wagon.
walking ahead. Crag
Is on the back of the wagon.
is on the back of the wagon.
In a food coma from eating 11
Sure.
turkey legs
And pickles.
in half an hour.
Questionable pickles. Yeah.
Trying to make new pickles in jars of turkey.
Yeah. Okay. Indeed. Right.
Now, because he's using orienteering, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can?
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. Ooh, yes. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
I've got 6 I can open if need be.
You can, but you don't need
Don't
to.
need to,
You
okay.
have a success.
Okay, yep.
Unless you're trying to turn tracking to heroic.
You never know.
You never know. Be a heroic tracker.
Happy day. My orienteering progresses.
I have been searching for a four-toed man since I've...
No, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for that one situation that always seems to come up that you need fate points for.
Highs or lows?
Hi.
A game show in which...
3. So low.
Oh well.
Would you prefer something more conciliatory or something with more of a fighting spirit?
Let's just bring it on front and center.
Okay. Well, since you picked high, that means you want fighting spirit. That means because we got low, you're getting conciliatory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you are able to follow some tracks, and you do get turned around a little bit. The tracks that you follow actually come into another sign of struggle and then lead off in a different direction, but or lead off to a different direction with larger foot tracks. But you come across another trail that seems to be completely distinct from all the sites that you found that showed signs of fighting. And you're following them for about 2 days, so we'll say for 2 days, and you start to see more tracks, more human tracks, and they seem to be going in concentric circles and like flower petals, like big rings that seem to be centered on an area. It'll go in a few rings, and then it'll move on and go in a few rings, and so it's like successive flower petals that they're walking in. And what you also notice is a lot of the berries are picked clean off of the bushes in these flower patterns. And so on the second day, towards the end, a ways off, you see 3 people with baskets picking berries.
You might want to take this over. Humans.
Can we tell they're humans from here?
You can tell they're humans from here.
Right.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you charging them?
Oh there.
Okay. So they look up at that, and they...
I'm not charging. I'm
Yeah.
walking.
We're
walking with
announcing yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Far
So in the freeze, flight, or fight sequence, they're in the freeze as they spin and see you, and there's some pointing and talking and a little bit of arm waving as you're approaching, but they're waiting for you. And as you approach, and you are blazing a trail, by the way, like this is this is all wood and bush and thicket and stuff like that. And Biscuit and Flapjack are not the most amused in this whole dynamic. So you approach them, and it's like 2 men, 2 women, and a kid, or something like that. I know I said 3, but you see more of them now as you're closer. Most of them have either big baskets or backpacks, like woven, like wicker backpacks and stuff like that. Oh there. Good evening, traveler. It is evening because it's towards the end of the second day.
Just checking.
Yep. It is so uncommon that we should see anybody that we do not already know here, and yet we do not know you.
Yes, I've been looking for you.
You've been looking for me.
Well, your people.
Oh. Why?
Myself and companions have come from Soorin, as I point at my companion who's sitting next to me.
Yeah. I've got my helmet off to look non-threatening.
We're the lady... Oh god, horrible names every time. It just goes right out the...
Viceroy Valthyria?
There we go. We're Viceroy Valthyria is trying to find people to come back to the city and re-inhabit it.
that one of the goblins?
We've liberated Soorin.
It is human controlled.
It is occupied by people from Weibel.
What?
Yes.
The bubble dreads.
Hold on, I'm working on it. Yes, there are a couple of houses that have held Soorin since the end of the fighting. East of there, currently it is Viceroy Valthuria. However, the House Boladran, we found them in the northern woods, and they will be returning here shortly. And they have about 1,000 people with them. We
Okay.
came south looking for
What do you want me to do? Just
Remnants.
picking berries.
of your camp.
Oh! The camp. I
Are there
mean,
more of them?
What?
Are there more of these people?
I would assume so.
how do we know that you're not just, like, spies for the greens or the blues?
Do I look like an orc?
Do I look like an orc?
You don't look like an orc.
I don't look like an orc.
Papers.
No.
We have papers.
We do have papers.
Do you do you read?
No.
Does anyone?
Pick berries.
Right. I do have some papers from the Viceroy that do prove who we are. However, don't find them to be of much help right now. Could I?
You want me to?
You are more than welcome to escort us back, or if the camp is not too far away, possibly bring someone here that I could talk with.
So you want me to take you to my leader?
When you put it like that, yes.
Persuasion check. Obstacle 3. Or if you are using a different skill.
I'm really
you're-
not. I'm
you're
just
gonna
bad
have
at
to-
persuasion.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give
Hold
me
on.
some different words.
Do you want help?
If you're helping me, you're sitting next to me.
Okay, I've got persuasion. I've been kind of like whispering this ear this entire time. Like,
Of course.
guiding him along.
Yeah.
So you can take a helper die.
Take me to your leader.
So we've got
Do you have any
a 3, a 2, and a 1. It's quite the countdown.
Wow.
See, this is my gift to you. You know, if you want this dynamic to change, then you can take over the Game Master and I will roll 3, 2, 1. All the fucking time.
The legacy continues.
Happy day.
Yes, I just need to have a quick word with him, and then we can move all your people up to Soorin.
And that's exactly when Pocket like peeks out.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. You're a fucking spy. No, get away. Everybody run. And
I have the clothing.
so one of the baskets of berries gets left behind and they are like crashing through brush, running.
I will get down from the wagon.
Okay.
I will pick up the basket of berries.
I went in on the berries.
I will put it on the wagon.
Uh-huh.
Definitely went in on the berries.
And so
Can you follow them?
the merchant's wagon finally has goods to trade.
Yes.
We've had ferns for a while.
Oh, that's true.
We've got berries.
And preserved
I didn't
meat.
say I was a good merchant.
Textiles and foodstuffs.
Random berries.
Berries. Yeah.
Good question.
I was gonna give them back.
What berries
You can keep one berry.
good in autumn? I love the internet.
Or are you trying to eat the whole berry basket?
Gooseberries are gonna be a late summer.
Elderberries.
Elderberry.
Ooh.
Elderberries?
Elderberries. Yes, smell like them.
I'll actually keep a few of those.
Okay, I have elderberries.
There's my
I think they have pits.
pantry
Could be wrong.
list. There we are. I have a pantry right here.
Yeah.
You've got a basket of elderberries.
Yeah. And we have a freshly made trail back to camp.
That you do. Are you going to follow that trail?
If you don't mind,
I
Pocket.
don't mind. So we can ride that success that you had earlier. Okay, so I won't need a new test unless you want to get there faster. So here's the thing. There's 5 of them. They're on foot. They don't need to navigate the brush the way you do. You have a wagon. You are blazing a trail. So the danger is that they'll get back, alert the rest of their community that there are spies looking for them, and they might uproot.
Or set up an ambush and kill us.
Or set up an ambush and kill you. Or you can give me a test to try and generally keep pace with them, that they will get back not soon before you arrive on their tail.
That's the correct answer.
Let's make haste.
Let's
make haste.
Make haste.
Whew.
Leave. Okay.
I need to just order 100, 200 cheap D6s offline for like
Need more
20 bucks.
D6s? I got
No,
several.
I need disposable D6s.
Oh.
Like styrofoam?
Yeah, just like
Recyclable D6s.
You know, if you get D6s made out of hard candy, that's a great way to recycle them.
oh, you're not wrong.
You roll the 1.
Yeah, get a bag of D6 candy, man.
Price of failure is death by crushing.
Only the successors survive.
So,
let's
Do
see.
you have writing open yet?
Writing?
Or driving.
Yes, I have driving.
Okay.
All right, so we'll say nearby. We'll say countryside, so that brings it to 3. We'll say as fast as possible.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, so that makes it 4.
That's not got to get there yesterday, because
That-
that would be riding
that
them
would be
down.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree. That would be riding them down to beat them back and kill them off.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what? +1 die for your 2 horses and cart.
If we really wanted to do that, we would just let Crag go.
He would
Yeah.
have to wake up. There's a smell coming from him. He's sick.
Ooh.
Mm.
I don't have a remedy for that.
Well,
It's not
rather,
real.
it's not so much that he's sick. He's metabolizing whatever bad things that he ate.
Yeah.
And it's coming out on the other end.
Are you
Post
accepting assistance?
metabolization.
Yeah?
I can give you 2 dice.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get there.
Woo.
B4? Oh, B4?
OB4.
Well, we're halfway there. You have a fate point?
Yes. This is ridiculous.
Oh, how'd that go? Sorry. It's okay.
You have a persona.
I do, and it's driving. It's what I do.
I think you also have another fate point to reroll a traitor.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah, once the 6s are open, yes, you can.
Okay, then let me re-roll that trader then instead.
I don't like the vibe of the green die.
No.
Cocked.
Cocked.
Traitor.
3.
How many traders can I re-roll?
1.
1.
That's unfortunate.
Persona.
Up to
Yep. 3 it is!
Another 1 for the win. On an OB4. You, sir, have excellent luck. Okay, so here's how we're going to cut this. So,
Huh?
you are aware, based on the tracks that you're following, that you are keeping pretty good pace with them. There are even... So you chase them for about 3 more days. Hang on a sec.
Jeez, you're really out there.
Or they know we're chasing them and they're giving us the runaround.
So you're pretty close on them. There are a couple there is one night over the 3 days that you are pretty sure you can smell their campfire somewhere ahead as you go further. Let's look at the map here. Further west and
Okay.
deeper, like west by southwest, further deeper into the woods, until finally you start to hear sounds of a camp. You smell more fires, some livestock, you like neighing of horses and cows and the squeal of pigs. You hear people, and so you come into, it's not so much that the forest thins, it actually thickens, but through the trees you start to see where trees have been cleared, and you can spot like crude log huts. And
Oh, they're probably settled in.
it seems, perhaps, but there's a thick canopy. Like they're all in the shade, or at least by now it's late autumn, so the leaves are off the trees except for the pine trees. So they would be deep in the shade, in a deep green shade, if the canopy were still up. At this time of year, it seems like they're surrounded by skeletal fingers of the bare branches, and there are scores and scores of humans that you see milling about, but you don't spot any sentries.
So I have an important question for Leon. Are you ready to defuse?
I believe so. I have papers,
Excellent.
and I haven't been killed yet. Good job. How do we tell them about them?
Don't forget, you have the 1st Regiment surcoats with their colors. So you look official. We all look official. Except for Crag, who ripped his off and just kind of, we stuck it.
Oh, I forgot
He
about
stuck a
those.
campaign button on his
First
on his hat.
Regiment Quartermaster Hayden Gornight, yes.
We can say we have crown-sanctioned orc
Yeah, but
laborers.
it's kind of the wrong crown as far as they're concerned.
Well, presumably in times like this, other human crowns aren't the worst thing compared to,
This here belongs to the orcs.
You raise a fair point. However, we're doing the best with what we have. And we don't have a whole damn
I
lot.
need a screwdriver and I've got a spoon.
Is it a flathead? Because that works.
Ah, good counter. And for that counter, I shall award you a small spoiler if you would like it. You have not gotten to the complication yet.
How
Of course.
exciting
Yeah.
and ominous.
I will drive up.
Okay.
I'm in like the passenger seat, just hands up.
Okay. So,
We come in peace.
They could probably smell us from a mile away.
Hey, I have the finest perfume.
children and chickens are running away. The men and women are suspicious, but they're also clearing the way. Like, no one's getting in your way. Some of the adults have like a walking stick or a sickle or something like that they're trying to look menacing. And no one is really stopping you. So how deep into the camp do you want to go? Or you can wait for me to spring something on you.
Do you want to ask if they have a leader? Because otherwise, what if they just let us like ride through the opposite end? That'll be really awkward.
Well, let's head over to those buildings.
Okay.
That one or that one?
The ones in front of us.
Okay.
Okay, so there are a few log cabins or huts. There are some slightly bigger ones further into the camp that you could make your way to. The ones that you see initially just seem to be like family dwellings or storage for more elderberries or something like that. They're going to corner the elderberry market.
So as we get closer to the buildings, I'm assuming the people are less farther out from the wagons. In that case, I would probably look for one of the older gentlemen or ladies.
Okay.
Good evening. Evening?
Yeah, evening. Good evening.
And question for you.
Yeah.
The 3 foragers that we found, what dialect did they speak?
Clendon.
Okay, then I'll speak at Clendon.
Okay.
Good evening. I bring word from Soorin. Do you have anyone I could talk to?
From Soorin.
Yes. War-torn, but the humans have held it.
No, they didn't. I was there when we fled and the walls were crumbling.
It's been liberated since. By
That's
the...
not what he just said.
Well, since its liberation, it has been held by humans.
Oh. What do you want?
We have come looking for your band of refugees to offer anyone here the news that Soorin is relatively safe again, at least safer than these woods, and proffer that there are at least 1,000 men and women moving from the northern forest to Soorin, that it might be a journey that you would undertake instead of staying out here all winter.
Well, maybe so. I suppose I could take you to Lord Lugion. I suppose that would be the best thing to do. So, yea, verily, please, come with me. And so, assuming that you follow him, he's going to lead you further into the camp, past the large structures that you'd seen, and towards the back. It's actually just, or not back, further into the core. And by now you realize that there are a few hundred humans here, and where you get to, there are some, it looks like they used to be quite grand tents that are pitched, but they've been out here for a while.
Yeah.
And so they look like they've grown mold in the warmer weather, and that mold is now rotting in the autumn. And there are barded horses that are being held by squires. And the barded horses have coats, and the squires have coats of a yellow dyed fabric that you think is meant to look gold. The squires have 2 spears crossed on their surcoats, and then on each side of the coat of the horses there's 2 crossed spears on each side as you see them. And this contrasts because you have not seen that symbology anywhere else in this camp. And you hear some raised voices inside.
Do I know
the tent.
who it is? Do I know who those...
Would you like to make a heraldry test?
Yes.
A
Yeah.
Soorin-wise test, or some other wise or other test?
May I do heraldry with Soorin-wise forked in?
Sure. Would you like to assist?
I would.
Okay, what's your perception?
4, 5.
Because if he's helping with because you're testing perception, which is why, so he can help with perception or skill. So if he's trying to advance with a skill, that's dependent on what he's wanting to provide help with.
Do you have a skill you
I
want
don't.
instead?
Okay, so you're helping with perception.
What's the obstacle?
That's a good question. So it's going to be open-ended for wises, but I will look up heraldry just in case there's something interesting there. Are you intending it as a wise test or as a heraldry test? I guess that depends on what heraldry
So it was.
gives you.
I rolled heraldry with Soorin Wise forked in.
Got it. Okay. Obstacle 1 would be a common or prominent family. Obstacle 2, second-tier families. Obstacle 3, lesser-known cousins. Obstacle 4, deadlines or remote branches. Obstacle 5, obscure
I'm
houses.
really close to an obstacle 3, so I'm going to spend a fate point.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Yep. There.
So I have
you
6
go.
successes on perception.
All right. So we'll say that is sufficient. So the colors are the Second Soorin Regiment. And you know that the House Nitterdran has a lot of affiliation with the Second Soorin Regiment. Like there are long tradition, generations and generations of House Nitterdran providing company leaders, banner bearers, battalion leaders, and usually the regimental leader for the 2nd Regiment of Soorin. So, armed with this information, that there are horses and squires bearing the colors of the 2nd Soorin Regiment, widely affiliated with House Nitterdran, standing outside these tents that do not bear that symbology, and which symbology is not seen anywhere else in the camp. What would you like to do?
Is there other symbology in the camp?
Give me a perception test.
May I assist?
Sure.
Take 2 dice.
That is 4 successes.
Okay, so the other symbology that you see in very few places, but most notably, you happen to catch the tabard of what appears to be a servant scurrying between the tents. And by this point, it's faded and it's patched, but distinctly, it is a green tabard with a white tree dyed in relief. So it's like it's kind of like tie-dye a little bit. But there's the design of a white tree that either was exempted from the dye or bleached thereafter or what have you. So, so green and white. And you recognize that as the livery of House Iseldran.
Veradran is the one the
Yeah, Veratran's the bad one.
ruling
The
class.
Variadran, yeah.
Variatran.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
We're being led.
You're being led, and you get as far as a pair of guards that are wearing gamisons and have some spears, but if you look between these guards and the squires that are holding the horses, you would, if you had to get in a fight with either of them, you would rather get in a fight with both the guards than one of the squires, if that makes
I see.
sense. But nonetheless, the person that was leading you says, this is as far as I can take you, but
Thank you, sir.
you are welcome, and I hope this is a good sign.
There was an extra basket of berries on the cart if you wanted to grab it as well. On the front of the cart,
Okay.
where I put it, between us.
This basket. Your foragers left it behind.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought we left the cart.
Okay, one sec. 2 feet away. We should As soon as necessities have been had with our leader, we should warn them about our death.
I agree completely.
So there's not like a misunderstanding.
So
So
I will.
You're gonna hide.
I'm trying to hide in a cart.
Okay.
I mean, I got inconspicuous, but that takes.
This would be stealthy.
I have stealthy too.
I gotcha. We'll get to that when we get to that.
It's like, where the heck am I gonna go? Especially with that biggin.
Okay.
To be fair, the cart is full of pelts. So there's a lot to hide under.
There's a lot to hide under.
Yes, until Boy Pelt goes.
What's that smell? Oh. Anyways.
I mean, the smell alone should deter people from this cart.
It's very loud.
It is an otherworldly smell.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If I smell it, I won't go near the cart.
You don't know how
Obviously
old that
something
turkey leg was.
died in that cart.
Neither does Crag.
And neither does Crag.
Pickled or petrified?
So.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
So, you can talk with the guards if you want.
Right. Do either of them look senior to? Do they just guards?
Guards.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Good afternoon. I have been.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Master
Leone.
Leon.
And you, sir.
Corvid.
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 Yes.
10-liter Corvid.
What was that?
10-liter Corvid.
I don't understand what you are saying.
10-liter. So
Thank you.
think like squad leader.
Yeah, I
Leader of
figured
10.
it is. Yeah. I just couldn't tell what you were saying. 10 liter. Gotcha. Yes. I have a writ here from Viceroy Valthuria and would like to speak to either who is in charge or a representative of who is in charge as we bring news that Soorin has been liberated.
Persuasion test, obstacle 3. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
You want to help her, Dad?
I'm not going to get any successes. I'll take it. I
I
mean,
believe in you.
you helping?
Yeah. I think I say one success.
We have 2 successes this time.
Okay, so we've got 2 4s, a 1 and a 3.
Hot
So-
diggity daffodil.
All right, so we have the possibility of Artha to make
No, we don't.
3. No.
Nope.
So we're gonna stay at 2 out of 3.
That's where we're staying unless I get a helper dice for the papers that I have.
Appropriate tools.
Sure. Fine.
It would appreciate it if you'd let me know about this ahead of time.
I was hoping I wouldn't need it. Well, that depends if the guard can read or not.
He's
Or
gonna-
if the papers just look
Yeah,
impressive.
he'll.
That's a failure. It was worth a shot.
So you've got the 2 to complete the 1, 2, 3 set. Once
Yeah,
again.
Once
Yeah.
again.
All right. So the guard is looking at the writ and trying to look like he knows how to read when he clearly can't. But you're talking to him about Soorin being liberated, and you're hearing these like raised voices from inside the tent. But as you say, Soorin liberated, you hear, "What?" And like the tent flap gets torn aside, and like the 2 guards that are by the tent are like, "Ah, shit!" And who do you get to meet?
I just want the party to be clear that we are 1 good sword thrust away from losing Leon.
I'll protect you.
Okay.
I've got a shield that can block one thing at least.
What you have looks to be a woman in her late 30s, and she's got this deep olive skin and red hair.
Is that indicative of something in this time?
Yeah, so that is indicative of. It's indicative that she's a Clendon, ethnically.
Okay.
This is a fairly common set of Clendon colorings, and she has the characteristic, like, thinner frame, narrow jaw. It's more like, instead of being like blocky and wide, it's like sloping a bit more. Her hair is bound, but she's got this like energy about her, and she like tears the tent flap aside, and so she's wearing not a full suit of plate, but she's got the cuirass of full plate, and she's got an axe in a loop on her belt. Yeah.
Are most of the knights wearing full plate or mail?
So
What's the...
so the squires are wearing mail. But versus when you saw the Boldrans, a lot of them were in mail and plate or full plate. And so this person is wearing you can see the shape of the breastplate underneath the surcoat that she's wearing, and it's very clearly the Second Soorin Regiment surcoat.
Okay.
So she storms over. You see also that she has a short bow slung. So she's got an axe and she's got a short bow. Who are you?
I am Leone, milady.
Leon who? What's this about Soorin being liberated?
It is under control of humans.
Not these humans.
Yes.
So, what humans?
Good lord, I just need to write all my names out. Where's... I know, Valtheria. Currently, Viceroy Valtheria holds the city. She is the prince's heir.
The prince.
Of Yvel.
Of Life.
We have made contact with House Baldrin in the northern woods, and their knights are gathering the rest of the house and the small folk from the northern woods and heading to Soorin. That was 3 weeks ago?
It was a while ago.
4 weeks ago.
That was like 3 months ago.
How many
3 months
soldiers
ago.
does Valtheria have?
1,000. But you're lying to her.
I don't rightfully know.
Falsehood.
I don't rightly know.
You just he just told you. And I remember having told you several times in previous sessions.
Do I?
Yeah.
How many does she have?
So she has about 800 in the First Rival Regiment, and then it caps up to a little over 1,000 with the Arledran Battalion.
Okay, so I would just say
You
that
actually
then.
know that.
I would say that, yes.
That's what you say?
About 1,000.
Have they repaired the wall?
The inner wall is repaired. The outer wall is being worked on, I believe. They're not
What about the docks?
holding it against anyone from Soorin.
Right.
We did have interactions at the docks. How did the docks look last time we were there?
They were burning, and they had orcs running on top of them. What do you think they looked like?
I don't remember you guys going to the docks, but I could be mistaken. I remember you helping out,
I still yell at my
clearing
old friend a
rubble
little bit.
and remains. I don't remember you guys going to the docks. But
We had a smuggler friend at the docks.
You did have a
Yeah.
smuggler friend at the docks. Touche. Take a fate point.
You're welcome.
So what you remember from the docks is that they were intact for the most part. There were a few segments where there was, if it were ground, it would have been a crater, but it's otherwise just a splintered hole where some kind of impact, explosive impact happened.
And it just went through the dock. Or did it explode on the top?
It exploded on the dock
Okay,
and
shredded
shredded
the
that
dock.
portion.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Functional. Beaten, but functional.
Very well. Guards. And so some guards in the 2nd Regiment surcoats start to encircle your wagon, and then...
May I, from the Crown Prince, or from the Prince, the letter, Prince, from Valthuria, yes. She has sent myself
She
and
like
the others.
waves you off and is shouting to someone named Muniel inside the tent that we're done here. We'll just make them do it, and let's get everyone ready to take back our home.
I walk back to the cart.
Okay, you get into your surrounded cart.
Have things gone well?
Stealthy.
Okay, stealth. Stealth.
It doesn't look like things have gone well.
2 successes, one of them is a 6.
Okay.
What do I need? Do I need to open it? I can open it.
I believe they're going to try to take Soorin.
From humans. You people are
2
like
successes?
stupid.
2 successes, one of them is a 6. I can open it.
You have an obstacle 2 test for your stealthy, if that helps.
Okay.
So if you were rolling 4 dice, that would be a routine.
I was rolling 3.
That's still a routine for you.
Okay.
All right, so what do you do?
Can I drive my wagon off?
No, the guards are not letting you.
Okay, so they're surrounding the wagon.
Yeah.
But they're not surrounding me. Like, what's the... Are we just standing there? We're just sitting there?
So, yes, and I can tell you how the rest of the scene unfolds irrespective of you, or you can do something to interfere. Or you can try and talk with one of the guards. Or you can try and talk with either that person that came out with the red hair and the olive skin.
I thought you went back in.
She did, and she came out and talked to the squires and went back in. She's very in charge of the situation.
Did we get her name?
Nope.
That would have been helpful.
Somebody failed their etiquette roll.
I'm not
I'm talking
a
about her.
face here, just being very clear.
What are you looking at me for? Fine, excuse me, ma'am, what was your name?
Conspicuous to be noticed.
Hey, that's a will test.
That is a will test.
Can I fork in persuasion, since that's
Sure. So, the obstacle is her will, which is 5, but since you're using a stat, it is 10.
Ooh.
So, you'll get a challenging will test.
What else do I have? I don't think falsehood is going to help.
Unless you tell a lie, then it can help. But if it doesn't work, you're caught in a lie.
Am I getting any help getting her attention? Or are you just letting me... You just throwing me under the bus here? I get it. Hey,
I don't mean to laugh, it's so cruel.
we are 4
4 out of 10.
tenths of the way there.
Let's be very clear, out of this entire party, I am the only one that can blend in with the crowd.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have 5 fate. And 2 6s.
Yes!
I have 4 fate and 3 traitors. We're halfway there. And that's all I can do. 5 out of 10.
Nice.
Okay. So, you see this person, the one that basically waved you off, that you spoke with briefly. She comes out of the tent, mounts up with someone else that looks just a little bit older, also a woman, same coloring in skin and hair, but that one is in full plate. They ride off with a good number of the squires and soldiers, but a number of them do stay right here, guarding you. There is another person that seems to be in charge of the remaining soldiers and squires, and basically they start ordering the humans in the camp to pack up and move by tomorrow. And
You stuck to that one.
they're going back to Soorin.
Right. Him, her. If I notice him, then I would try to approach him.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, you're a purple-haired elf. You're pretty conspicuous in this group.
If only you had said that sooner, I might have gotten a helper die.
Do you have a trait for it?
No.
Then
Do I?
You could have driven the story in an unexpected direction with that,
No.
because nothing else that you do drives the story in an unexpected direction at all.
I mean, you know, an elf in the middle of a whole bunch of humans.
Humans. So.
Because you're not a sight to be seen.
You do see this person. You hear a few people talking to this person. You pick up that his name is Lord Nothan. He's wearing mail with a sword at his belt. He has a few aides chasing after him. One of them is carrying 2 crossbows. He's very in charge. He's in his mid-20s. Seems energetic, slightly different coloring, though his skin is lighter and his hair is black.
Does he have any house colors on?
Yep, the same Second Soorin regiment.
So I can assume now that House Isidran is not existent anymore, basically. Probably they've been, yeah. Not good at all. So Nathan, what did you intend for myself and my companion?
What? You're... Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, you're under arrest.
For what?
I mean, you're spies.
From where?
From Wyvil.
Right.
Are they your enemy?
So they've, Wyvil holds Soorin right now, right?
Wyvil holds Soorin in the attempts to hold it against the Greenskins
Uh-huh.
as they wait for us to continue traveling south to find House Variadran
What do you want to find House Variadran for?
and House Rodavan and Carnavan
Okay, so what do you want to find Rodovan
to
for?
repopulate Soorin and its entirety
Okay.
so that we can kill the goblins and
Uh-huh.
all of the orcs in the forest and to the east.
Uh-huh.
And so that I can go home and continue my trade instead of being in this wagon in the middle of nowhere.
I'm waiting for the point where you're going to tell me something that I have an interest in. Because right now, this is just passing the time until the next messenger comes to get me.
Shouldn't. Part of my
Fine.
option.
Very well. I'm under arrest.
Oh, yes, my lady.
During these times, shouldn't the humans be trying to work together?
So further to the southwest in Caeta, that's where House Variadran fled to. So they can go curry favor with the crown of Caeta.
Who needs them anyway?
Who needs them anyways? What about those further to the west? What about the church? What about the Tamarks? Where were they?
I don't think we were asked to find those people.
I don't believe so either.
Right,
We weren't asked to find those people.
that's fine. It's not hard to find them. They never left their home. They're not interested in this war. So, what you say about isn't this the time for humans to work together? That would be nice,
As
but
opposed to picking fights with each other.
Or arresting messengers.
Yeah. Haven't you heard the phrase, don't arrest the messenger?
let me paint an analogy for you. So let's say one of your business rivals steals your wagon and starts doing mercantile business with your wagon. Shouldn't you just help him do business? Or would you be perhaps just a tiny bit enraged that someone has stolen what is yours?
I would definitely be enraged, but then again, I can't do much about it.
Ah, but this is where our positions differ. Ah, there's a messenger
Exactly.
calling.
As we help
Thanks for your time.
you take your city back from the Greenskins.
So unless you have
He's
a
human.
test that is going to force him back into the conversation, he's going to go off and
Unless
handle.
you yell out you're being arrested in somebody's name.
No, you're arrested.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
No, you're out of order.
Okay, so he's going to move off, and between him and his other squires and 10 leaders, they're getting all the humans packed up from their log huts.
How long are we arrested for?
Once Wyvil is liberated correctly, then we'll see what we do with spies.
Sorry.
Soren?
Soren.
Revival.
Sorry. Once Soorin is correctly liberated, then we will see what we do with spies. Thanks. Thanks.
Just when my elven lords thought that humans were worthy of an alliance, he had to do this to us.
Is that bait?
That's bait.
Okay. What test are you baiting me with?
Falsehood.
Obstacle 4!
I have 4 dice and a dream.
And a dream. It is possible. We can do it. We have the Artha. We have the persona points.
And I have weird forks, I can suggest.
Okay?
So I do have specific knowledge skills just to elven law.
Go on.
So implying that knowledge base, since I'm, basically baiting him saying, elves are finally coming to help, would that be an applicable fork?
That will be an applicable fork, and I'm going to give you a condition.
Uh-huh.
You will get a fate point, but this is all under the premise of a trait you have called Infallible Elven Logic.
Ooh, that's right.
Yep. So there we go.
Infallible elven logic. I have 5 dice, a lot of fate, and a dream.
Esquire.
We're halfway there.
2 Esquire.
2 out of 4. That's a 6.
That's a 6.
That's a traitor. That's another 6. 4 successes.
Okay, so you say that, and his head whips around. I'm sorry, my lady, I must have missed something. Could you say that again?
My people have been observing humans for, generations, of course, because that's what we do. We have a reputation. But we had decided, perhaps during this time of great strife and common enemy, perhaps if humans could show that they were willing to put aside their differences, we would also join in with them. But if you are going to pursue war with your own kind when there is still a greater threat, that looks quite childish to us.
It's not our own kind, they're Marins. But if the elves would help... The elves would help Laura retake Soorin. Maybe that's what we need to do. So how do we pursue such an alliance?
Well, the first step would be not arresting me. My lord is expecting me, and if I do not return, then he'll be quite sad.
Very well. Perhaps we can get you there. Where do you need to go?
Well, he was waiting for me in Soorin. But
So you need to go back to Soorin. Well, we happen to be going to Soorin. But you do bring a good point that it would be a bad foot forward if we were to arrest the diplomat. So very well. I mean, he waves off the soldiers, like, yeah, go help them pack or something. I don't care.
sorry, what was your name again, sir?
Nothin.
Nothin. You are very honorable. And wise.
Thank you, milady.
So we're free to leave?
I suppose. I mean, it's safer if you stick with the crowd, but do as you wish.
Okay. Excellent. Let's
It is
let's be
safer
away.
if we would stick with the crowd, yes. I think we'll take you up on that. We'll go park our wagon out on the outskirts and probably hitch a ride tomorrow. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Come on.
So, you're going back to Soorin?
We are heading to the outskirts of the camp.
Okay. You're at the outskirts of the camp.
We're leaving the fucking camp.
Okay.
Double
You leave the
time.
camp.
Double time.
Okay. Where are you going?
Where are we going?
Right. Okay. So as we leave, and we're gonna have a conversation while we're leaving town. Between here and the edge of town, where are we going?
Back to Storm. We got warn them.
Yeah, they do seem to have a host coming to fight them. Also, I made all that shit up about the elves.
I know you did.
Aw.
Not surprising.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Sounds like a driving test.
Oh, do I
Yeah.
have a fate point?
Let's go. We're gonna
Get that fate point, yes.
get out of the woods
Yeah.
first,
Uh-huh.
and then go.
Right, so you need
Yeah.
an orienteering test to
Yeah.
get out of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
You want to make that, or do you want me to make that?
I can help.
Let's go, Flapjack.
I can give you
You
two
can
help
help
dice
with
if you want.
whichever skill you desire.
I'm orienteering. I can help.
That's for Flapjack.
So, are you traveling at night to get out of there faster, or are you waiting until morning?
I would say we're leaving.
You're leaving now?
Yeah.
All right. So,
I can also help with survival, so that we.
pick one. If any of them is at 5 or higher, then it's 2 dice to help. If they're not, it's 1 die, and it doesn't matter which one.
Are you? You're helping with.
So I have orienteering for 2,
Oh.
and you can also help with orienteering. Just
They're
depends
the
on
same.
which one you want
They're
to
the
test for.
exact same.
Okay, so obstacle 4 for orienteering to navigate at night, and then we do the driving test. Let's go. Link to test.
I
Bam.
can help for night.
Or should I do the orienteering?
You're the
Because
I don't do orienteering. You great.
Okay.
I don't know where we're going.
Fine, I get orienteering
Follow roads and
Help for
rivers.
me.
because I can see at night,
Okay.
and she's helping.
From you.
Are you
Yep.
helping with something?
I'm driving.
That helps. Yeah, that works.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. Obstacle 4.
Oh, great ones.
1, 2.
Wow.
2.
1, 2.
Hold on. Hold on.
Wow.
You are defying probability. You are all defying probability.
Wow.
I'll lay that out there.
Hold on. Hold on. I I might have a trait for this. Would keen sight apply?
I would say yes. That gives you one more die.
That's a 6.
And it can open. It is open. Yep.
Oh,
All right. Keep it going. Keep the good time.
Ooh. What was the obstacle?
4.
Okay.
okay.
Hooray!
Yippee!
Okay.
Don't celebrate yet.
You're able to get a good head start on this test, and now you get to make, let's see. Do you want to make good time, okay time, or really good time? Because that's the difference between an obstacle 3, 4, and 5.
After driving through camp,
Mm-hmm.
about how many of the hosts have left with Laura?
So what you noticed is that she basically had an honor guard with her, maybe about 30 soldiers.
Okay, so she didn't bring the whole host. She left most of it to guard the civilians.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, the one down from gotta be there yesterday.
Okay. So
I am
that's-
not, in fact, running for my life yet. So,
But we are in a little bit of a hurry.
well, yeah, but it's not my life. So,
Yeah, it's someone else's life,
yeah, that's okay.
so it's less valuable.
Okay.
Look, the only lives that are more important than Flapjack and Biscuit are mine.
So as fast as possible plus 1 obstacle. So that brings it back to obstacle 4, driving.
Great success.
Holy, that's a 4 6s.
We're just gonna open these 6s. 'Cause
Huzzah,
we need a
bitches.
win tonight. We're gonna get there yesterday.
Well said. We need a win tonight.
Oh, nope. Yeah, they're all failures anyway. It doesn't matter. I was supposed to roll 4. Never mind. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
On an LB4. Okay. You make very good time and are able to make it back to Soorin without a whiff of anything on the trail. You don't get intercepted anywhere. You don't smell any more greenskins aside from the one that's farting in the back. And 5 days later,
Straight up to the top.
yep,
Let's go let our friend know that there's some people coming.
Big victory.
Victory!
Yeah! We take everything we could get.
okay, back to the Citadel.
Absolutely, with
petitioning-
haste.
With haste. Okay, petitioning audience with Valthuria.
Indeed.
Okay, so that sounds like someone needs to get their way past either Kawald or Edorea.
Boy howdy, I am ready for this.
Pick your poison.
Can I soak him up on the way through the gate so he's more, less likely to be rejected
More
under
delicious?
such a... Well, actually, if Ed is already hard for him, then she's not going to tell him to go take a bath. Because she's not going to notice such unsightly traits.
That's fine if we hit at array. Either one. I'm here with it. I'm here for it. Let's, are we there?
Sure.
Are we there?
Are we there yet? All right, so if you're trying to persuade Edorea to get you an expedited appointment with the Viceroy, that's an obstacle 6 of whatever social test that you would like.
I was gonna say she could escort us.
Actually, could we just tell this to Ed?
That's what all I was gonna do. Yes. Yes. Good afternoon, Dame Edorea.
Good afternoon.
So, excuse my smell, but
That's fine.
wish I could have cleaned off before I saw you. However, we do have word from House Nidoran and what appears to be the remains of House Isilduran are on their way here to take back the city.
But we already took back the city.
That's why we're telling you. They plan on taking it again.
Oh.
The good news is we made fantastic time on the way back. They were planning to strike camp 24 hours after we left. That was
5 days ago.
days ago.
All right.
Insert number.
Fine.
This is why we asked for the audience with Lady of Othuria, but if you would like to pass on the message yourself, you are more than welcome.
Wait here, Brown Eyes. And so she goes in, and then comes back out and says, "Come on." So, is this all three of you going in?
I mean, you two were there.
I'm stopping no one from coming with me.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay.
The best they can ask me to leave.
Okay. So inside you see, of course, Valthuria Edorea is leading you. You see Sir Kowald talking to some of the clerks over some other maps on the other side of the map room. And you see Lady Covert sitting. You see Sir Garrig, or Lord Garrig, sitting as well, and you see Valthuria leaning over the maps and looking up at you expectantly. So what's this I'm hearing?
Yes. We found some more refugees in the southern woods. Again, house a significant host of military men from House Nidoran and what looks to be common folk without colors of Iseldran in the southwestern woods. How many do you expect fighting age knights?
Can I do a perception test?
Yeah, like
Did I hear? I mean, I was in the wagon, but I heard the conversation going on.
You heard the conversation going on. What is the question? I'm not.
how many fighters
did?
the encampment possess?
Yeah, can I do like a retroactive
Or
perception
estimates.
test to like get
Sure.
an estimate?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we would
Let's
have
put it
them.
this way: they scoffed
Don't
at
know.
your 1,000 number of soldiers.
No,
acted like,
because
you know.
I wasn't helping you per se.
Okay.
I would have looked around myself.
They seemed eager.
It seemed to.
But
Like your 1,000 soldiers was going to be but a pebble in the river.
5 perception successes. Is that good for accurate estimate? Okay.
Sure.
um,
So, in the camp for what you believe to be House Iseldren, there look to be maybe between 30 and 50 soldiers, all of them being guards, lightly armed and armored. There were actually about as many honor guard for the Nidoran representatives in total before they left. So if anyone wants to make a campaign-wise or a soldiering test or something like that, you can get a little bit more information.
I'd love to do a campaign-wise. I love learning wises.
Or some other applicable strategy, tactics, logistics, anything, like however you want to couch it.
Logistics. I have 2 on perception.
Okay. Which is a 1 on logistics. So, without being too aware of the inner workings of armies, you would take a guess that a bunch of people that are good at gathering food and carrying things could still be useful to an army by gathering food and carrying things. And so the people that were being led by House Iseldran conceivably could be forced to be support troops in some way.
That's why she was asking the questions she did. Is there a hole in the wall? How many people are there?
Yes.
I mean, on the plus side, they've been eating a lot of elderberries, and
It appears
can you
that
imagine the shipwrecks?
They're going to be shitting so much.
I know, right?
we don't know the full numbers, but we do know that the house leaders were Laura, a woman in her late 30s with red hair. She was seen leading an honor guard of 30 away from the camp before we left, possibly to scout Soorin or to go back to the main host.
Go back to their main camp.
And Sir Nathan was left in the camp to rouse the rest of the Heis Alcedran in moving within 24 hours. We did notice as we went along that their camp had been moved several times, and it looks like there were some interesting foraging patterns around any given camp. They've been collecting quite a bunch of food.
I understand.
They also got into regular skirmishes with orcs.
True.
We need to prepare for a siege.
Oh dear.
So,
Why not just let them have it? Humans working together?
I don't know much about humans.
Right.
But even I scoff at that.
So because
Sorry,
she
what?
wants it.
what?
Avoid bloodshed?
Which crown are you in service to?
Yours.
Right. Remember that.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I don't suppose we can try to assassinate her in her sleep.
Is this a good time for a piss break?
This is a great time for a break.
Great time.
Yes. Given we have probably a couple days before siege and war and death, I'd like to attempt an armorer test to make reinforced leather armor,
Okay.
which is an obstacle 2, which makes it a 4 because I don't have armor open.
Okay. Why don't you make a persuasion test to allow someone to get someone to allow you to use the forge?
That's a great idea.
Or other appropriate tools that you don't have.
Yes, may I do a persuasion test to get access to tools?
Sure. Obstacle 3.
May I get assistance? Oh, wonderful diplomatic merchant man.
Sure.
Pretty please.
Supplier-wise?
That's... Sure. I was checking other forks I might have, which as usual, I don't have any. I'm not surprised. That's the last good roll I'm gonna get. Well,
You've got a forge.
I got a forge.
Congratulations.
Okay. So, yeah, let's start making leather armor.
Too bad you guys didn't find that, those goblins.
Yeah, that would have been helpful.
One of them has a fortification skill, which is a very handy skill to have right now.
So, reinforced leather armor is obstacle 2 on the skill, so that's 4 for me.
Oh.
But I have Artha. And a lot of fucking successes.
Indeed, you do.
So, the obstacle 4 for me. I have 4 successes.
Alright, so let's see. First, I'm gonna roll for Lara.
Pocket,
Yes.
I've made this armor for you.
Oh my.
6, 3.
Okay, what kind of armor was I just given?
Reinforced leather. So it's 2 dice on everything,
Yes.
but it doesn't fall apart when you get hit. Only sometimes.
And yet, we're many months from you, though.
Mm-hmm.
You're about a month and a half from Level.
Many months.
Well,
How was Congrel looking when you came down here?
Cogrel was, when you were coming down, there were a few people that lived there, but the town had been cleared out, and it's just now slowly starting to be repopulated. Now,
So not too good.
not too good, but you know there's a leather worker now
Yep.
in Cogrel.
True.
True. So basically, you guys can pass this around. So the mass combat rules are a combination of fight, range and cover, and I forget what they call it in Mouse Guard, but it's basically like, I think they call it conflict, which is a simplified version of fight. Basically, each side starts with a disposition. It's kind of like body of argument in Duel of Wits. And so this is a function of a bunch of modifiers that are on the previous pages, but basically you, the defenders, have a starting disposition of 22. The besiegers, although they have a few hundred more soldiers than you and a lot more support troops, they have a disposition of only 12. As they are approaching from the west.
So they have an entire river also. Rather, we have an entire river.
That you do. So,
I will say, because she showed interest in the docks, that might fit into their plan somehow.
That is actually very good point.
big point.
So either they may try to. The docks are like all around the lower half of the city.
So, basically you pick 3 volleys of any of those 4 actions, and then
We script them all at once.
Yeah, you script all 3 volleys at once. And so I'd say this is clean in that there's 3 of you and there's 3 volleys. So I would say volley 1, volley 2,
Yeah.
volley 3. I've already picked mine, so you guys can freely discuss, and I'm not going to change my plan.
Okay.
Oh, are we one force?
Yes.
You are 1 force, so
Okay.
you are all acting in favor of, unless you tell me otherwise.
If we're not shitheads.
Just saying, other campaigns, we had some people working both sides. Just saying.
Hey, Autem had was he?
Mhm.
The other guy promised him help with a vampire,
Of course.
and then never helped at all.
Of course.
So we each attack, defend, feint, or maneuver.
Yes.
Basically, I am going to defend.
Okay, so you're volley 2,
Yes.
you're defending.
Okay.
And so, also what happens, hypothetically, if for whatever reason it was a versus test, and the I on that chart stands for independent. So if, like, I think both of you attack, then you roll and the successes are taken off of their disposition, and they roll and the successes are taken off of your disposition.
2 guys shoot each other.
Basically, yeah.
May I do
So,
this?
Yes.
where was I going with that?
First volley.
Right. So, hypothetically, if you succeed, then of course there's the effect on the disposition. Any antics that ensue, you get maybe a reputation or something happens. You know, battles are places where, you know, great honor and glory can be won, but also reputations for cowardice and incompetence can be really difficult to get rid of.
Understood.
I think I'll do a maneuver for my first volley.
Okay. So, should you fail, hypothetically, if you were doing a defend versus their attack, and they attacked better, you would get a mark wound of some type, or if you were doing some kind of non-combat action, you might get an infamous reputation for whatever.
Well, don't give me an infamous reputation.
I mean, you're basically in the third siege of Wyvil here that is unfolding over the next probably month or so.
An elven
I'm sorry,
defender
third
in the siege
siege-
of Wyvil.
Third siege of Soorin. Sorry.
Soorin.
Third siege
You
of
tripped
Soorin.
me up.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jade, did you want to look at the different options?
Yeah.
And then once Jade's ready,
And I have all our volleys right here, so I'll just write them down for everyone.
okay,
What's our disposition?
22.
22, and theirs is 12.
Real quick, timeline-wise, we're scripting actions.
Yeah.
What is the situation?
So, you know what? That's a great point. So you guys return. Yeah, I kind of. Thank you for bringing that up. I did kind of unintentionally skip a whole bunch of times. So it would probably take about. It took 5 days for you to get back. The thing is, you're not sure where the Nitterdran camp is, but I will tell you they were not on your heels. So unless you're going to do something, it's going to be another 45 days before you start to see this mass of people start to unwind from the forest.
And is that 45 days we can log as
Practice.
45-day
Training,
practice?
yes.
Okay.
Bear in mind, you're going to be involved in preparing for the siege. So rather than taking 45 full days of practice, you'll have 8 hours of practice, and over that time you can take one test that helps in some way. You've done your armorer test
to outfit pocket.
to outfit pocket, so you two can take a test that whatever you want to do for the next 45 days, and besides that you get
What would you consider me using my affiliation and reputation to send as many people with boats as I can north for supplies?
okay. So what I would consider is that you would be making a circles test that will use that reputation and affiliation to find someone that has the local influence, and then you would persuade them to do that, or somehow convince them. Okay?
Yeah.
So you want to do that?
I will.
Also, while you're thinking about that, in addition, Pocket,
Mm-hmm.
during this time, Long Night will pass. Is there anything that you want to do? Think about it.
Yeah. First of all, could a distraction be considered a feint?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm doing on mine, is a feint. What page is training times on?
Really early in the book.
Yeah.
I got it.
Thanks.
So we have 8 hours a day, you said, for 45 days?
Yeah.
I have 3 successes.
It's on page 47.
For
I was on 43. Nice. Okay.
for circles, right?
Yes.
So you need a smuggler of some type of influence, and in this stripped bare city, I'm going to say that's uncommon occupation in this particular instance. So that's it begins as a base of 1, so +2. You want a position of influence.
Yep.
That becomes a 4.
Yeah, I can.
I'll say it doesn't particularly matter which position of influence as long as it is 1, so just that stays a 4, but unusual, again, for this character, so it becomes a 5.
I still have a 3.
You still have a 3. And are you willing to spend any Artha on that?
I cannot.
'Cause that looks
Oh
like
no, I
it's-
can open 6s. I'm
Because
special.
it looks like you've got 4 successes there.
No, this is just dice.
Oh, okay.
No, I had 3 successes and 2 6s.
Okay. Dreams can happen.
Now, all our training times have been 8 hours, or have they been
You can assume generally 8 hours.
generally?
Come on.
Was it Snake Eyes?
No, a 3 and a 1.
Okay. Well, stick enough Artha in that circles, and that 3 will count one day.
Yep. We're getting there.
Yeah,
Eventually.
eventually.
Yeah. So the question is, who do I find or do I not find anyone willing to help?
You find a woman named Arnen. And she knows your family. There's been a feud between your family and hers for 2 generations now. She doesn't like you, but the situation is not one that she would come to blows with you right away. But so you can talk to her,
I will talk to her.
okay? Now what do you want?
I know our families have had the differences in
Yeah.
the past
And the present.
and the present. I'll give you that. There's an army that'll be here in about 40 days.
See that river?
I do.
See that boat?
I do.
I can leave.
I know. So can I.
Not on this boat.
Nope.
What do you want?
I wanted to see if you could take anyone that you know with a boat. Go upriver, get supplies. Figure the army will be willing to pay a pretty penny when it comes to siege time. You know.
That's the
It's not
thing,
all,
ain't it?
it's not all tourism. You know you can make some money.
So give me a test with a +2 obstacle modifier. So this will be an OB6 of a social test.
Okay. I would argue that I could fork in black market wise
All right.
as an incentive.
Okay.
Am I really haggling? Not especially. I need 6 successes? Yeah, okay. 6s.
Whoa!
We have 5 successes.
Do you have any persona?
No.
Do you have a deed?
Yeah. Let me just on smuggler real quick.
So fail.
That is a failure. Just help if you can. And then I'll go back. That'll be my 1 test for the 45.
Okay, that's your test. Do you want to do anything for Long Night? Do you want to retcon that later? Or do you want to have a night of something before the siege?
Well, as far as I know, the goblins are gone. And it's kind of just me and Crag.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his smelly ass.
I mean, you can celebrate by yourself. You can see if you can find somebody else, a human, or whatever you want. You don't have to do anything.
I think I might try and get my hands on some better wine.
Okay.
Whether it's through your little smuggling friends or something. I might trade some fruits and veggies.
Okay.
Trying to get my hands on a good bottle of wine from somebody.
Okay. So you can make an obstacle 2 resources test. If you want, you can try and haggle it down.
I'm learning haggling. Or I can leave it up to you.
You can get help.
I can get help. Yeah. Human talking to humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to haggle and he helps, or do you want him to haggle for you? And then it will be your resource. Well, it will be someone's resources test.
I have 1 in resources,
Yeah.
and I'm learning haggling.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll have you help me.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Making friends.
All right. So
I will help you with haggling.
make your haggling test.
Okay, 1 resource, and then
No, not the resources.
No.
Just haggling.
just haggling.
So your
Haggling is
will.
will.
Yeah. So
Okay.
your will plus his help.
This is help. Okay.
Obstacle 2. so it'll be obstacle 4 because it's.
I'm not touching. I'm not touching.
Well, I can't see it.
There's 3 5s and a 4.
Okay. You haggle it down to an OB1 resources test.
Okay.
And do you need our help paying for it?
Absolutely. I mean, I was gonna trade.
That's
some
the
veggies.
resource.
Yeah. I got
Yep.
fruits and veggies.
Yep, that's the resource. So resources are abstracted, whether you have coin, barter goods, what have you. So you have the resources. You can try it on your own, or you can have help.
I'm gonna have help.
I'll
Okay.
help you
Yeah.
one.
So
Okay.
you get
1 from Flowerhead,
and
1 from Leone.
yep. So your 3 dice for your 1. This is going to be a routine test for you.
Yes, I have 2 successes. I have a 6 and a 4 and a 3.
Okay, everybody gets to log an OB1 resources test.
We're halfway to resources 4.
Oh. Okay.
This is a routine.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
You want to do anything else for long night, or
I'm going to find quiet, private place, maybe where I can find the most vegetation, and just sit there and look at
you're going to drink alone?
the Liberator and drink alone.
Okay.
Enjoy, you know.
Yep.
Maybe start a fire. I'll have a fire since it's cold.
Okay. There you go. All right. So that's your long night. What do you want to do to prepare for the siege?
I'm going to try to narrow in front of the gates because it doesn't matter how many they've got if they have to narrow down to get in. If they should break the gate open,
Okay. How are you narrowing it down?
I'm picking up rubble
Okay.
and I'm literally going to try to
Funnel it.
funnel
Okay.
it.
So you're improving the fortifications by scavenging.
Yes.
So give me a scavenging test,
That's pretty smart.
ain't it?
Excuse me, trying
I'm
to feed the city.
also learning scavenging.
You guys seem much more altruistic than me. Or make a set of armor.
This is going to be my third scavenging test. Anybody else can help me with scavenging?
It's going to be an open-ended test. So
Oh.
basically, like, the number of successes will be helpful, but there's no set obstacle.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is based on perception?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I can assist in that case.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I take 2 dice.
Cool. Ooh. Okay.
The benefit of 8 perception. Benefits.
Okay, that's going to be 3 successes.
Okay, yep. You find all kinds of rubble and it's timbers that are not good for construction anymore, but they'll sure make for difficult footing just coming through the gate. So you're able to just put that all over the place, and I'll even bump up the defender disposition to 23 from that.
Nice.
Good action. Okay, so now we get to the actual siege. Okay, so volley 1.
Where are the troops positioned?
Yours or theirs?
There's.
Okay, they're coming out from the western woods, and they would be moving across that bridge to the southeast. Yep, so they're moving across there. They seem to have also crossed the river somehow further to the west. So they're coming around in both directions. There seems to be a force that is attempting to seize Garban in the north.
Oh.
So, your first action was...
I have a maneuver.
Yes, so do I.
Wow. So
This is kind of like the Duel of Wits, where we both said obfuscate. Can you pass that, please?
Wild wacky.
Thank you. Okay, maneuver versus maneuver, both independent. So you test your skill, and I test mine.
I'm going to be arming the defenders with like better swords and spears.
Okay.
So I have spearcraft
All right.
and like 1,000,000 forks. Okay. Good thing it was independent, not versus.
Yep.
Well, I have one success.
You have one success.
Since it's independent, does that just mean like base obstacle 1?
0.
0.
I mean, I could be doing that wrong, but we're gonna say that I'm not. We're gonna have someone that you didn't meet from House Nitterdren, Chanver, directing logistics, moving, directing how the supplies are moving, planning them, riding around and making sure things are where they are, and directing hunting. Okay, so there's logistics with hunting, ride, conspicuous, oratory.
Let me tell you what, I don't have any skills that are helpful in this here defense.
Okay, so that comes out.
You
Those
can
come out.
Try like oratory or persuasion
comes
or
out.
fucking.
Yep, fucking.
You can try fucking. All right. So we've got 6 successes. Great success. As they set up their logistics. All right. So that brings you guys down to 17. They're at 11. Okay. Volley 2.
Defend.
Feint.
Defend.
Yeah. So make your defending action.
Okay. So I am going to try to remain inconspicuous on the wall.
Okay.
And use my persuasion to maintain morale.
Okay.
I can that is my defense with the troops.
Okay.
Open up that inconspicuous, why not, right?
Okay, so that's how many successes? Ooh. Ooh, very nice.
That is 6 successes.
Okay, so
Dang.
on the chart here, if it's feint versus defend, I test against half of your successes. So your 6 becomes a 3 as far as I'm concerned, and the extra successes over it are what comes off of your disposition. So since Chanver led the last one, it is going to be Muniel leading a raid, a skirmishing raid of crossbows. And that is going to be her crossbow skill and tactic, or I'm sorry, her tactic skill and crossbow forked in. Okay, so that is 4 successes against 3, so that is -1.
Okay.
Did you minus our 1? No.
Okay.
Did we take any last time?
We started at 22, then
Oh,
we got
okay.
like a +1 from something. So,
Yep. Okay, so now volley 3
Faint.
attack. You've got it over there. What's
which is passivity.
okay. Okay.
Dice.
So
Half the dice.
I'm attacking, you're fainting. So you make your feint and I
It's on the next page. Look at the top of the next page.
top of the next page.
Yeah, for your attack.
When played against the attack, the fainting player halves any successes rolled down against defend. Yeah, so I test against half of the feint since I'm attacking and she's fainting.
Ah, that's not good.
Yeah. So what does your feint look like?
What? Have they broken through the walls yet?
No.
No, they haven't broken through the walls.
Nope, they're still doing various things.
I want to be up on the wall
Okay?
and I'm going to do a sorcery.
What you doing?
Which
I'm gonna do a sorcery.
is actually new because they don't know I can do this or ever seen me do this.
Nobody knows you can do this.
You might not be around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure word's gonna get around. I'm going to take the 2 acorns in my hands, and I'm going to put my hands as far down on the wall as I can, and I want like rooty tendrils to come down the wall, and just to make the shape of a tree, but this is like a scary Halloween looking tree. Like with, I'm not shaping it into a weapon or anything that's a fact. I want to scare the shit out of them that a tree just freaking appeared in front of their eyes.
Okay. So go ahead and make your sorcery test.
Okay, I have sorcery. I'm going to use intimidation.
Okay, so which one's the primary test?
Oh, it's sorcery. Sorcery's in my primary.
Okay.
It's open-ended. And I'm gonna try to fork some stuff in here.
Okay, go for it.
Intimidation.
Yep.
And survival, since I chose acorns, which is a hardwood, easy grown tree. Ask my front yard.
Okay, fine. Yep.
Okay. Ask my front yard. And I'm going to fork in, if I can, enchanting to kind of help me manipulate a little bit, using the wall to get it to go down.
I think I'm having a hard time with enchanting, but
Okay.
the other two.
The
I gotcha.
other 2, okay. Yeah, that's it. I got 3.
Go for it.
I'm gonna have to go with 3.
Okay.
I have 2 successes. One was a 6. I'm going to open it up.
It's already open.
It's already open. It's already open. I got 5.
Okay.
So it's 3.
3 successes. Okay. So because I'm attacking, I go against half of your successes. So Briari is going to lead the first attempt to storm the walls as a salient of troops rushes out from their field fortifications. 4 columns carrying siege ladders under the cover of crossbow fire. And Briari is leading them himself,
Briari.
sword in hand. That did not go as well as I was hoping. Okay, so he is able to take another 2 off of your disposition as the Nitterdran forces have a foothold on the wall at this point. You guys are down to 14, and they are at 11.
Oh.
Not good.
Not good.
What would you say that test would be?
Too bad.
So that can be a routine. And we're going to move on to turn 2. Volley 1, 2, and 3.
Maneuver.
Okay. Don't tell me yet, because I'm picking mine and I don't want to be influenced.
Yes, I was asking what the maneuver does, clearly.
So I can't lead an attack. Let's just be clear.
Sure you can.
I cannot.
That's what you say to yourself. But if you believe more in yourself, you truly could.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have gotten a +1 to all plants because I
Have an affinity.
affinity.
Okay. Give me a die roll. We'll retcon it.
A 5.
Okay. So then they only take 1 off of your disposition last time because you had a whole success. So you're still at 15 and they're at 11. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm ready for volley 1, 2, and 3.
I guess I will defend again.
Okay, defend.
You're good at it.
Sure, inconspicuously.
Okay,
They're on the wall,
They have a foothold on the wall.
which means they're up where I am.
Well, it's a big wall all around the city. So,
I mean, I'll engage with them. I want to attack.
so you want to attack.
Yeah.
So you're going to engage with them directly.
yeah.
This is going to be very nice. Okay, so volley 1. You say maneuver. I say attack.
Maneuver is a versus with attack.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to be continuing to use Briari.
Close my
And
test. I'll get back to you.
oh, hey Briari, I forgot you have a really nice sword. You can't ride when you're on the wall though, so it's going to be
Well,
You just need
Yeah,
to
that'd be one impressive horse.
all right.
not good.
Hey, we're
5.
doing our best. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna reroll a trader. How much Arthur do I have?
I don't know, but you got 5 successes to contend with.
I have enough to risk a trader. Okay, no. 2 successes. I was up mending the arms of the troops, which they need to fight people.
2 successes. Okay, versus 5.
So do
So
we take 3 damage?
you take 3 more damage. That brings you down to 12. You splint a few arms, but for a few soldiers, you fail to notice that they have other wounds, and so a few of them bleed out.
Mending their weapons, not their bodies.
I'm sorry, what? I must have misunderstood you. I thought you were healing their arms or something.
Mending their arms.
Oh.
Weapons. Okay,
Their-
if I'm
their
healing,
weapons.
I'm not going to heal specifically just their arms.
Okay,
That's kind of stupid.
yeah. No, arms is in their equipment.
Yes.
Okay. So they take them back into the fight, but some straps break, or there's a sword that breaks, or an axe head that comes off the shaft, and
The pen that falls.
a pencil that falls, and you acquire an infamous reputation. A 1-die infamous reputation of, and I'll let you come up with it, about something that represents a negative context with this. So at the conclusion of this, we'll hammer that out, okay?
So how about we let the reputation wait until the end? Because imagine this is the only failure I get, and like somehow miraculously, the rest of this I get like 9 and 20 successes.
Okay, we'll say that there's a -1 rep point.
There we go.
You could accrue cumulative negative rep points.
So eventually you get to a 3-die bad reputation.
You could be a famously bad elf. Bad elf. Very bad elf. Okay.
Bad.
Faint.
Defend!
Yep.
Yes. This time I would like to use my gift in driving
Okay.
to move wounded, fresh troops, and instead of taking the additional time
Okay.
to mend arms and armor, throw like a bunch of them in the back of the wagon and bring them to the defenders.
Okay. Okay, that works. And let's see. We're gonna get.
Math rocks.
So feint is versus half of defense.
Yep.
Yep.
Feint's pretty mean.
Yep.
Unless you faint into an attack.
Yep. That attack's pretty mean. Nothan is leading a drive against the gate of Little Markia. They have something that looks like it might be a ram, and they are moving it. They're
Yeah.
making a big show out of it because it's a feint.
It's a feint.
Oh no.
Okay.
We're
wow,
proper
that
fuck.
took forever.
What you got?
2.
Well, you know what? That beats my 1.
Well, good.
Or actually, it
One on
comes
one.
it comes even. So
Yeah.
there we go. No conclusion. All right.
Ah.
And
Nice.
then finally,
I'm attacking.
maneuver
So attack is
versus. Yes. All right. So assemble your. How are you attacking and assemble your die pool versus Briari is going to be trying to expand the space that he controls along the wall. And that is going to be just his straight sword skill, since he doesn't have any other skills that apply.
I'm gonna assume I can't attack with my trees. I'm gonna go straight for him anyway.
You can.
I mean,
tell me what
unless
you
my
want.
tree can start brawling people
It probably. Well.
by puppeteering.
Mm-hmm. If you want to grow vines.
bramble. Poisonous flowers that explode when people touch them.
Poison sap.
No, I want to do more of a hand-to-hand combat scenario. I think I'm going straight for him.
Okay.
So I'm going to use spear
Okay.
with brawling,
Okay.
with intimidation.
Okay.
Ooh. She's got all her dice.
Charge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 3 6s.
Open up.
Well, you should open them.
Yeah.
Bam.
Because
need
this is
it.
5 on 5 right now.
Okay.
We need it. They're kicking our ass.
All right.
We're really kicking our ass. We've done
Okay.
1 damage.
They
to
really
them.
are.
So,
We started off a double. We're even now.
and I put it into.
Actually, sorry.
spear.
I may have actually done something incorrect here. Yeah, so I definitely gave too much. Like, when I had that big success in maneuver, that wasn't supposed to be a direct subtraction from your disposition. So, I'll figure something out. You guys basically have 4 disposition because I screwed that up.
Okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
I had 3 6s. So here's the 3 from the fate point. Another 2.
Oh.
So that was 5,
7.
7. I'm at 7.
You're at 7
Okay.
total.
7 total.
Okay.
I've already re-rolled 6s.
Yeah.
I can spit.
You're okay.
Am I done? What was yours? Yours was 5.
5.
Okay, I have 7.
Yeah.
You have 7. What is a mark wound from your spear? So it should be, I think,
Check this out. I
Uh,
don't have to.
I think it's your power plus 2 for a spear.
My power plus 2. My power's a 5. So plus 2 is going to be 7.
Okay. You wound and capture Briari,
Okay.
and you drive their force off of the wall, and you have a positive reputation point, and that's 2 off of their disposition, I think. Yes.
Nice.
And that's turn 2. Moving on to turn 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what you want to do?
Yep.
Maneuver.
Okay.
What are you planning?
Oh, I can't do that, can I? Not necessarily.
Maybe,
Try.
maybe not. Maybe.
What is the countryside like right now?
Well, we're into the, by now, we're into the 2nd month of winter.
Yes.
So it's snowy. It's cold.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
I will be defending again.
Okay.
I just had a
A weather
TVs.
sense moment.
Yeah. Like, darn, it would be really a shame if we had, like,
Blizzard?
record-breaking blizzard. Just
And
wind that flays skin.
Severe cold.
And moon goblins falling from the sky.
Yes,
you know,
the moon
weather,
goblins.
Weather phenomena.
Okay.
Out.
You know what you want to do, Paka?
I'm attacking.
Okay. You like doing that.
I'm good at it.
Okay.
I will say, attacking in this game is just really fun.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so what's your move?
Maneuver.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise!
That's versus.
Yep. Okay, so I've got Laura riding around and directing her forces to redeploy for a better disposition.
I am healing the wounded.
Oh, no.
And I have query.
Yeah.
Given the nature of this being a more elongated test, could I fork in cooking for preparing adequate meals for the injured that I'm also treating?
Sure.
Hot damn!
Oh,
But
ah.
you're healing the wounded.
Yeah.
Okay, with your sorcery.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 6. So I'm at 6 successes so far.
Okay.
What's she at?
She's at 5.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay. So that's a +1 rep for Aerith. Actually, I would argue a +2 since you use sorcery.
Ooh.
Okay. And the cat's out of the bag.
And that'll add.
Yeah, so you have some options. Having, let's see, you have 1 extra success, so you have some options that will help the next action.
What's the lull in the action? Do things like entrench during the lull, but is that helpful? I'm doing too much thinking. I'll just give the next guys a +1 OB on the next test.
Okay, so the next opponent has +1 OB.
Yes. So basically, their volley 2 is a +1 OB.
Okay,
Okay.
Vane.
Defend. Surprise,
We seem
surprise.
to have this pattern going on.
I would like to ensure the morale of our troops by delivering firewood to the walls.
Okay.
And I assume this is happening over multiple days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to say that Arnon is working for the other side, and she is landing soldiers on the docks with that open access into the walls.
That bitch. That bitch.
Wow! You got a 6.
You got 6.
Remember, because you're defending and they're fainting, it's half of your successes.
So they're also at +1 obstacle.
We are okay. So your 0 becomes a 1,
I have 1.
okay, and my 3 basically becomes a 2 then. Okay.
Do these count as tests?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now, when you test, like say if you test driving, you can only get 1 test of driving that counts for advancement
Okay.
per, whether it's mass combat or
Proceed.
range and cover or dual wits or what
Yes.
have you. But if you use cooking and tanning and spear,
So we can get a variety of tests, just not like a million sword tests.
Yes.
bingo, yes.
Okay, that helps.
Incentivizes it, perhaps?
Well, I mean, I just got like 3 more tests.
yeah. Conflict is a good thing. You learn from it. Okay, so on the other hand, that you guys lost 2 more disposition because let's see, what did I say? That was Laura repositioning her forces. No, that was the maneuver. What was
Someone
that?
would betrayed us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
The docks?
so now the southern docks are held by a small force because Arnon is working against you.
Was Arnon his ex?
No.
Arnon is
Smuggler.
a smuggler who's in a family feud with his family.
So yeah, kind of. Man, the family feud's about to get a lot worse.
Right. Volley 3. Attack.
Independent.
Right. So, what you didn't know. How are you attacking? Now, you can either attack the guys that are on the dock, or you can, like, raid out. You can fight on the line as there's a sally out and try and break the siege camp. You've got a whole ton of options.
Attack where the breach in the wall is.
Well, right now, so the force that held the portion of the wall, you've already crushed that. They don't hold that wall anymore. There is a force that's landed on the docks. So if you want to try and push them into the river...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, getting pushed into the river in winter? These guys are gonna die.
So that's going to be Nothin.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is with my sorcery, I'm going to make a garrote.
Okay.
My Lady Luck Crown of Thorns.
Okay.
It doesn't have any thorns where my hands are, but all the way across it are these really sharp thorns. And I'm going to literally... I have 3 in garrote.
Okay. So you can fork sorcery into garrote for this occasion. Go ahead.
Which I increase my number on that.
Or
and then brawling.
So, okay. Yeah. So this depends. You've already used sorcery, so you have your one test that counts for advancement in this combat.
Now gives me a sorcery 2.
Okay.
I went to I was a 1, now I'm a 2 because I've tested it 3 times. That was my 3rd time.
Okay. Awesome. So this is kind of a balance. You can use sorcery as your testing skill.
I wanted garrote as my testing.
All right.
Yes.
Got
Garrote is my testing. Sorry.
Okay.
So I've got my 3 for my garrote. I have my sorcery plus 1 for my affinity.
Yep.
Plus 3 for my brawl.
1 for your brawl.
1 for my brawl. Oh, wrong dice. That one. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I've got 2, but I've got 6. I'm gonna open my 6.
Excuse me.
How did Nathan do?
Nothin got 1 success.
Ouch. So we're down to 15?
Let me tally up. So 4, 7, 10. You're down to 13.
I got another 6
Okay.
Keep
And
rolling.
it's already open.
and 3.
And so what's the total?
3 or 4. Oh shoot! Which did I just re-roll?
Sounds like you had 4, I think.
No, I'm at 3. I'm at 3. I'm gonna say 3.
I thought you...
So did you just roll a success or a failure?
I just rolled a success.
Because you started with 2,
You started with 2.
then you rolled another
3.
6,
Then you rolled another 6.
and then you just rolled what you just did.
What did you just roll?
I rolled a 3. So I'm at 3.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm at 3.
You're at 3. Okay. So 3 total.
3 total.
Okay, so they scored 1 hit. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, they scored 1 hit on you. You scored a 3 on them. So they are down to 6 right now. And
Oh, I did it. 3, 2, 1. I didn't roll my 1 for my brawling.
oh, okay, go ahead. That's a 6 and it's open. That's 4. There we go. Okay, so that's actually a 5.
Hot dang.
Pocket out here killing their entire army.
Yeah.
So you joke, but
Did that do it?
no, it didn't
Oh.
do it. But
I'm trying, people. I'm trying.
so that's another +1 rep for Pocket as she captures alive. She captures Nothin alive, and the force is pushed off of the docks.
You've taken 2 captives?
Yeah.
Wow.
First one with the spear and the second one through the garrote.
Wow.
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah. I tell you what. In fact, yeah, take a persona right then and there. Bam. That's a good point. Thank you. Turn 4.
Okay. I'm gonna try something spicy.
Oh.
How spicy are we feeling? Jalapeno, you may say? I say, 3 habanero.
I prefer ghost pepper.
Ghost Pepel.
Are you done picking?
Yeah.
What are you done for volley 2?
Maneuver.
Spicy. Pocket?
Attack!
What do you think?
Attack, attack, attack!
So, and you're doing maneuver?
Yes.
Okay.
For volley 1? I'm attacking.
That's bad for me.
Ah! So, question / suggestion.
Yeah.
Can I fork in shield training into this since it's like a martial maneuver?
Sure.
Nice.
What does this attack look like? Are you fighting on the walls or at the gates or at the docks?
I'm getting up on the wall. They probably got ladders. Well, I've got a freaking spear.
Funny you should mention, they are actually making another push for the wall where Muniel is leading multiple columns and you're not sure which one is the main thrust.
Munya.
So my 3 becomes a 1 because I'm feinting into your attack.
Ah.
So I have 3 on agility.
Okay.
One of them's open.
One of them is open.
Does it? Can you test the stat, or does it have?
You can test a stat and it's half.
Okay.
Yeah. We're at 4 successes.
4 against my 1. Well, so 2 against my 1.
2 against 1.
If you want to throw any Artha on that, because otherwise it's just going to be a direct -1.
Can I ask what they're at?
For disposition?
Mhm.
4.
Okay. This will be my last fate point to reroll a traitor. No?
Nope.
Let's throw in persona.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Between you and the other defenders that are attacking where they're trying to establish a foothold on the wall, you push them off, and while you don't capture Muniel, he is injured.
Oh, I had 3 fate, not 2.
Probably out of the fight. Okay. Maneuver.
Straight versus.
As
Independent.
I see the armies move around the battlefield, I move around the city.
Independent, not versus.
Is it?
Yep. You both maneuver.
Okay, loudly directing the movement of supplies to set themselves up for success later. Okay, I've got 5 successes, and I'm gonna need this for a sec. Dependent. Yes! Yes! Kill them.
3 successes.
I mean, hey, that's enough to generate a lot.
That's yeah. So you take 2 of ours.
I take 2 of your what?
It's an independent, correct?
Yeah. So what did you score?
Oh, I had 3 successes.
Yeah, so you can pick on the next page any of
Okay.
those you can pick. So hypothetically, if the next action was attack, and you wanted to say
Assassinate
target the leader,
Yeah. Huh.
then you could do
With my
that.
3 successes.
Yeah.
You if
could-
your side attacks the next volley, the fighting actions target specific individuals.
If you want.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
going for.
Go for it.
Same time, we've set ourselves up for success, so we're
You
getting
have.
+2 dice on the next action,
Oh no.
which happens to also be attack.
Come on, Pocket, save the day.
Get him.
I'm trying.
Get him.
Get him.
Go for the leader.
Stab him in the tits. They won't like it.
They won't like it.
They won't like it. You're right.
Yes, I am right.
Okay, so Laura is trying to organize archers to pick off the defenders in a section of wall. This is her attack, so that'll shape it for being...
Pocket's just like an I want Laura.
Okay, so you are among a force that sallies out to try and crush this raid of archers. So,
Okay. I, this time, am creating a crudel.
Cudgel?
A cudgel?
Cudgel, sorry,
Okay.
cudgel.
That was real cool.
Cudgel.
I have a strudel.
Cudgel. And I'm going straight for her head.
okay.
Off with her head.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have no 6s. I'm going to roll a persona. I'm going to use a persona to roll a traitor.
Well, you can use a fate to re-roll a traitor, but only after you spent a fate to open 6s.
Oh.
So, if you spend 2 fate, you can re-roll a traitor, and if that traitor is a 6, it's already open.
Okay, I will spend 2 fate on 1 traitor.
That hopefully is a 6.
I can dream.
How many successes did you already get?
None.
She got 4 already.
Oh,
I
okay.
got 4 already. Oh,
Oh.
it's a 1.
Okay. And they have 5 successes.
Yes.
A lot of archers lose it. Or, I'm sorry, a lot of the soldiers on the wall lose it, but you crush the archer raid, and you capture Laura.
Yes. Thus ending the siege?
Thus ending, she had 4 successes already, and they had 4 disposition left. So you reduce them to 0 disposition. You have removed effective 4 of their 6 leaders, and they're in a state of disarray.
We actively have 2 of them alive.
You
Now
have
3.
You have 3 now.
3? Oh,
3
they're all
now.
alive?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't
Yeah.
killed anybody.
So they're not just
surprisingly.
dead. They're alive.
And then one's
in the city.
injured.
Yes.
Okay, injured, yeah.
Yeah, one's severely
But they're
injured,
still
3
alive.
are captured.
Yes. So, Kawald and Edorea lead out the force that you were in, and they're able to mop up the rest of the forces. So,
Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go high five my tree. I'm going to make my tree high five myself.
okay. So,
Speaking of that.
that brings this battle to the end. You have, in aggregate, 1 positive reputation point. Because you screwed up the mending, but you healed soldiers and saved lives, and you used sorcery to do it, which is like, wow, kind of a big deal. So the only other healer sorcerer that is widely known at all is, for most of the soldiers that you've talked to, revered as a saint, a woman named Michaela. So maybe some of them are thinking that it's Saint Aerith or something like that.
Saint Aerith.
You think about that, and if something seems better, you let me know.
I should just write down the same, because Aerith is a lot of letters.
So
Reputation.
you have,
Question.
yes,
She's gotten a positive reputation for each capture. So it was +2. Did she get another reputation for the last one?
So-
ending the battle?
yeah, you have a total of 4 reputation
4?
points.
Okay.
Yeah, because you've captured 3 people, including the blow that ended the battle. So
I think that's a D3 though, Rap, because that's as high as they go,
yeah,
right?
it's as high as it goes. So we can adjudicate that in a few ways. We can say you've got a 2 die or a 3 die reputation. 2 maybe a 2 die and a 1 die, or you can have maybe a 2 die reputation and a 1 die affiliation
Affiliation with Soorin.
of some type. But there are the possibility, if it were a 1 die reputation, it could be something like she's on our side.
No, I want the reputation.
Yeah, so
I want the 2 die.
this could be like the hero of Soorin. This could be like, I don't know, Scourge of the Traders. Could be, I mean, just let's throw out some ideas here.
I don't know. Hero of Soorin was pretty good.
Target. Nidoran.
I would say Crownbreaker, but that has a different connotation.
It has a different connotation. So again, if it was a 1 die reputation, be like she's on our side, or that's our green skin, or something more like comrade-ish. But this is kind of like you've made 3 significant moves, and by the way, everyone takes a deed
Oh
for
yeah!
the successful defense of
Possibly
Soorin.
something taker, because you kept taking them, like king taker.
Could be head taker.
You're not really taking
How
heads.
pocket protector?
That's hilarious. God damn it. Fuck. That's so good. That's so good.
Okay,
No.
but it's really good.
I'm sure it has a different meaning in this time period.
Okay, if she can't have Pocket Protector, at least give her a fate for the joke.
Fate for the joke.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Savior of Soorin, I think is.
Savior of Soorin.
Yeah.
Okay, Savior of Soorin sounds good.
Okay. Your call. Savior, hero, whatever you want.
+2 reputation.
Yeah, I would say this will be a 2 die reputation.
Mine's 1 die, right?
Yours is 1 die.
Okay.
Because with the positive and negative, or the positive canceling out the negative.
That's only that +1.
Yeah. So
Does Leon get anything?
Nope. Leon writes a letter.
back to his handler.
Yeast is bullshit.
I'm out.
Do I get the Soorin affiliation?
So if you're taking the 2 die, so here's a question. You can have, just to say affiliation Soorin, that seems kind of weird because you're affiliated, like an affiliation is like you're in an organization. So
Maybe one with the regiment.
First regiment?
so you could have a 1st Regiment affiliation. You could have a affiliation with Velthuria's retainers, like the Crown Guard or something like that.
I want to do Crown Guard. Affiliation with Crown Guard.
Okay, Wyvil Crown Guard affiliation, 1 die.
Whew. I started sweating at that one.
So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep going for another 40 minutes, or you want to call it?
We have the aftermath. What are we doing for trait votes?
Do you guys want to do a trade vote?
I'm just curious. When did we do that last time?
Go well.
We haven't done a trait vote yet.
We have not done a trade vote. This is session 5.
I had the suggestion that we should do a few sessions to get a feel for things before doing a trade vote.
Okay, let's wait for Crag. That just flew through my mind.
Let's wait for Crag.
Let's wait for Crag.
We'll do, so how about, assuming that Crag can be here next week, we'll do a trade vote next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but think about nominations
Yeah.
for each and every one. So we have the aftermath then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want to see Valthoria rip into Laura.
So
I would like to take care of the wounded.
you may take care of the wounded. How would you like to do that?
How else?
By healing.
By healing.
Okay,
Magically.
you may do that.
One Briari was gravely wounded in their capture.
Yes.
is there an interest in keeping them alive?
Why don't you talk to Valthuria about that?
Sure. Guess she'll have an audience.
Okay, yeah, sure. And if you guys want to have an audience with Valthuria, or talk to her, or Kawald, or
You need to talk
Aerith,
to her
or
about the one that betrayed us. Ooh, we need to have that discussion.
Arnon,
Arnon.
the smuggler. Very interesting, very, very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so how about we start with you? You want to talk to Valthuria?
Yes.
Go ahead. Yes.
Your Grace, I understand one of our critical prisoners was injured in the fighting. Do they require medical aid, and is that an interest? Rather, they probably require medical aid. Do you want them to get it?
Tell you what. Yes, but I will withhold it unless they agree to my terms.
Seems a little cruel, but I cannot argue with you.
104 of our soldiers died.
You have a fair point. Well, just let me know when you're finished with them then.
Okay, so that will give her. We'll adjudicate that in a bit. But basically, she comes back and says, "Please do, but
Okay.
it is perhaps a little more important that you do not fail."
Yes. What kind of injury do they have?
So you gave them a B7 wound. Briari
Where's
has a normal kind of progression, so let's see, 3, 5, 6, 7. She has probably a midi wound.
So that's an obstacle 3 for me.
To completely heal
To treat that wound.
without magic.
Not completely heal, but treat it so it doesn't worsen, and she can recover on her own.
Got it. Okay.
As opposed to, snap and make it vanish.
Okay, so this is like the. Okay, yeah. So it uses the surgery table or column for just treatment, but for direct healing, it's the child rearing column, I think. I think that's what we said.
What?
What? It's a child rearing column?
So there were several. So nursing, child rearing, bloodletting, and field dressing all have very high obstacles when you get to the more severe wounds.
Yes.
So child rearing was one of them. So basically, this is the balance to healing magic that can just close the wound and make them all tip-top shape. I will point out that the obstacle difference between treating the midi wound and directly healing it is 1. The difference between an obstacle 3 and an obstacle 4.
Let's bait you.
I'm just gonna close it so they don't bleed out.
Alright.
Unless me
Fuck them.
flash healing it will somehow help Valthuria's case.
Perhaps.
Fuck you. I'll flash heal it. Okay.
Are you doing this in front of Pocket?
Are you allowed in the prison where they're probably bleeding out on a cot?
I don't know. I have been following you around for this very reason.
Well, it depends on if they stop you, then.
1, 2.
But it's open.
It's open. You might want to choose different dice since they all betrayed you.
Betrayer.
On the other hand, maybe I know the way they're going to go.
Just had to go for the 4.
No? Well,
Row, Raggy.
You've got a deed.
I have a deed. Let's double those dice.
Let's do it.
It is important that you don't fail.
So that is 6 successes on an obstacle 4.
There we go. Okay, so that wound just closes right up, and Briari is like looking at you in disbelief. And I would say with 6 successes on an OB4 for a feat of that magnitude, expending a deed, your saint reputation goes up by 1 as word quickly spread throughout the city.
So even if you didn't see it, you're gonna hear about it.
I'm sure I will. And believe me, I will be asking about it.
Great. I hope you get feeling better. And I hope things go smoothly with you and Valthuria. Goodbye.
Toodaloo. Okay, so there's that. Anything that the two of you would like to do in this aftermath? And oh, by the way, what you find out is that the members of House Iseldran were basically being coerced into helping House Nitterdran. And you were about 20 feet from them. They were in that tent. That's the shouting that you heard.
Huh?
They were arguing.
Are there any survivors of Iseldran?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just they were coerced along, so they were directing the support.
Do they require future persuasion to come into Soorin peacefully, or are they already like, okay, yay, we'll lay down arms and come along and be prisoners for a day?
So, what you learn, whether you're talking over the next few days in your various audiences with Valthuria, Garrig, and Cover, or whether you hear it by the side from Edorea or Kawald, that the Iseldrans were predisposed towards any peaceful resolution. And so they've already been like, sure, we'll do whatever you say. And so they've sent back to bring the rest of their people into the city, and they're settling within. The Nitterdrans are proving a little more difficult, but their leadership is entirely captured. So their hand is being somewhat forced. It's just a question of their soldiery and how they integrate with the defense of Soorin, because it's like, hey, we're fighting, you're trying to take this from me, I beat you, okay, yeah, now stand next to me. No, I don't trust you. So that's kind of a sticky issue. If anyone had maybe a suggestion for Valthuria about what to do with that, she might be receptive. And especially if anyone had a particular in with somebody in Valthuria's circle.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are we going to do with a bunch of soldiers that don't like us?
Put them to work. Put them on rebuild team. They destroyed it, they can rebuild it.
Okay, so if anyone wants to give me either an OB2 campaign-wise test or an OB4 perception test, or a similar, if you have a similar kind of wise, like a war-wise or something going on.
I can do a perception.
Okay.
Perception.
I can assist her perception. Never mind.
I mean, I got 2 successes, one was a 6.
That's actually has 3 dice. I'll do my own perception.
Yeah.
I thought you had campaign-wise.
I've
opening it.
Oh, okay. So you need 4 successes. You got 4 successes right there.
Nice.
Yeah. So the thing about the War of the Mountains is it's going on along the entirety of the War of the Mountains. So perhaps you opine that Valthuria could, with some supervision, send the remainder of what is basically the second Soorin regiment up north to fight for Wyvil.
Excellent suggestion. I make that.
All you need to do is make a appropriate social test to slip that suggestion in.
Leon.
I really don't think you understand how many societal skills that I don't have.
Yeah, persuasion.
I do.
Okay, you can help me. Is Soorin Wise an applicable fork? Or no?
How does it apply?
We're in Soorin and we're dealing with the second Soorin regiment.
Weak. Give me more.
That's all I had. Persuasion with a helper die from what's his face?
What's his face?
2 successes. What's the obstacle?
For Veltharia? 5. They're open. Or I'm sorry, they're not open.
They're not open.
6s.
I don't have any fate left.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm at
we're
0
tapped
fate.
out on fate.
0 persona.
Just spending
0
it all over
feeds.
the... Just can't hold on to Artha.
I'm the opposite of Pharaoh.
Yeah, indeed. So,
Uh,
Aren't they building a bridge over in Wyville? Or is that built?
that's built by now.
Okay. I can say.
do my reputations help me? Now that I'm known as a saint.
They apply to circles tests primarily. No.
Okay. So she doesn't think any better. So she doesn't think any better of me for instantly healing her prisoner and improving their relation.
Ah, so you're trying to... Okay, I'll give you a 1 die circumstance.
I don't know why I asked. It's not like 1 die can fit to a 5. No. 2 out of 5.
Can the green skin make a suggestion? Instead of sending them all the way to Wyville, why not send them over to the quarry and have them take care of that? At least kicking them out of the quarry to get those people.
Send them to death in
That's a good
battle.
idea.
That's a better idea.
It's closer. You need it more currently, and it's
We know the enemy's
currently
there.
occupied where Wyville isn't.
So, you make a point. So, and Veltharia is speaking to you on one of your many times chatting with her over the next few days. So, what I have learned is that House Nitterdran has a manor hidden deep in the woods. It's kind of like a... They would take summers there. It was a safe place for them to go when the Greens... Sorry.
Oh no, I
When-
don't like most of them anyway.
When the enemy had Soorin. So they had been marshaling there. So we can send them there to regroup their forces and use them as another regiment when we do march on Ardara. 1 regiment is not enough, but it will certainly help. It's one more regiment that we have.
Make
So-
them get a foothold in the area. A stronghold, so we have a base of operations
Mhm.
to attack from that's closer.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Get provisions, get firewood, see what kind of trade they could do for medical supplies.
I must say, I'm intrigued. I want you to find that tribe of goblins and make them ours.
Okay. Hopefully they didn't get far.
I think that's probably where we're gonna end it tonight.
Sounds good.
It's 11.
It's 11.
2 and 1.
Oh.
2 and
I would say even 2 and 2.
2
2 and 2.
Yeah. You guys worked hard and you sweated.
Well, let's just normally in Burning Wheel, you get 2 and 1.
Well, for us, we get 2 and 1.
You get a couple sessions in, you got some saved up art that's great. Here, we are using our 2 and 1 to stay alive
Yeah.
Yeah.
against the evil DM dice
Against the evil
that they have cursed us with.
DM dice that have cursed us.
Now you
One.
found what Pocket's actually good at. And it's
Yeah.
not talking.
And it's not dying.
Thanks for watching, folks. Hope to see you next time.